It's a warm welcome to East London along the East London Esplanade as we enjoy a magnificent sunrise and prepare for the start of the Spar Daily Dispatch cycle tour.
Yeah, I know, nerves are always, it's good to have nerves, you know, but yeah, no, lekker day so far. Let's hope we have a nice safe ride today, that's all.
Yeah, pretty good, eh? It's just a bit cold, but we'll warm up soon, eh?
Freezing! Yeah. But very excited. It's our training for August, so it's our first 100k, so we'll just take it as it comes and see how it goes.
How are you feeling?
Okay, a bit nervous, but I'm going to try to do it.
I'm feeling well, but I'm scared because it's cold here and there's a lot of climbs. So,
As the riders prepared to line up, we caught up with Henriette Skuman, who's won this event multiple times before.
Yeah, so I think we're going to have a bit of wind out on the course, but yeah, as usual, perfect race. It's such a beautifully organised race, full road closure, so it's a very safe race, and looking forward to some exciting racing today.
Quite a few of Port Elizabeth's ladies coming down to support the event. Of course, Alison Hurtle from Team Nelson Mandela Bay University here as well, as is the rest of the NMMU team.
Yeah, we're feeling good and excited to get the race going. Excited about the conditions as well. There's not much often you can rock up here, and then there's not a gale force wind blowing. So yeah, we're quite happy with the conditions.
So as the 2015 Daily Dispatch Cycle Tour is about to get going, riders embark on their 100-kilometer journey that will take them out on the N2. It's full road closure for the riders today, so they enjoy the good road conditions of the N2, heading out towards Berlin, where they'll make a U-turn and then head back on the N2 again. First few kilometers of the event seen as a neutral zone, and after that the attacks would come, starting off of course Best Med, one of the favourites to take the event today. The attacks would come from Best Med right at the front, trying to get one of their riders clear to apply the pressure before they start the big climb of the day. Across the Nahoon River and the Northeast Expressways, they make their way and now turn left to head up the Hemingway's climb on the N2. It's the first climb that comes just on 10 kilometers into the ride. It's about 3 kilometers long from top to bottom. Terry Cyphers and Francois Geldenhuys, NMMU Best Med, keeping watch as they make their way to the top of this climb. One of their riders got away at the front. It was Conrad Viljoen, who managed to sneak away in the early part of this climb. He is, of course, one of the favourites out here today. Viljoen applying the pressure and hammering down on those pedals. Wants to try and make a lone break here, looking back to try and see where the guys are. But as they got to the top of the turn, 3 NMMU riders would be back together. Shot at the ladies a little bit further back in the field. Quite a nice field of ladies fighting it out today for honours. Alison Hurtle, one of the favourites to take honours today, and one of our local athletes, Cindy Schultz, one of the top triathletes in the border area, but this is the girl that everybody is going to be watching. Henriette Skuman, Team Best Med Africa Silks. She's a very, very strong rider and a strong sprinter as well. I think it might just stay together for the ladies today. They're not going to be taking any chances out on the road. Getting further out on the N2 now, making their way towards Wilsonia, the Wilsonia area, as the main bunch just behind the leaders, trying to close the gap down. But it would be the 3 men from MMMU that will be doing all of the damage. Local men Donovan O'Reilly and Sipuseso Mata managing to hold on to the 3 NMMU riders, while the rest of the field were trying to close down the gap. Henriette Skuman just taking it easy in the pack and knows there's still a long way to go. Riders about to start the climb towards the Nahoon Dam turnoff. This is of course the first turn where the 60-kilometer riders will make their turn as well. And already another early break coming. Once again, one of the local boys trying to apply the pressure to get away and slip away at the front. NMMU wouldn't let that happen though. Again, it would be Conrad Viljoen and Francois Geldenhuys going away and closing down the gap. Three of the main ladies managing to stick in that second break bunch. Alison Hurtle here. Closely followed behind her, of course, is Cindy Schultz. Well, Henriette Skuman just keeping the pace, staying at the front of the pack. No, she's got to stay out of trouble. If someone goes down in the bunch, the ladies normally get caught in the middle, and that can mean trouble. As the main bunch was pulling clear on the 100-kilometer ride, some of the 60-kilometer riders coming up to make their turn. Big thanks to Tribal Triathlon manning the water point at the Nahoon Dam turnoff, supplying some refreshments to the riders. And from here on, the 60-kilometer riders will make a turn and then head back towards East London. Nice long stretch of the legs, just enough to get the blood pumping on an early Sunday morning. The two MMU boys in the front of the main bunch now trying to work on that gap. Conrad Viljoen and Francois Geldenhuys going clear by just on 40 seconds at one stage. But would it be enough to keep the charging bunch at bay? Local boy Donovan O'Reilly worked hard to clear the gap over to Viljoen and Geldenhuys. He would hold on to that gap. Tembekile Nere crossing the gap with him, but wasn't able to stay at the front. Donovan O'Reilly, one of the top local boys riding for Solar Wise, as they now go past the Fort Jackson Bridge. Spectators on top of the bridge keeping a close eye on the ride. From there, the third big climb of the day makes their way to the top, and again it would be Viljoen and Geldenhuys. They would apply the pressure, the rest of the field having to follow. Again, O'Reilly working hard to cross the gap. He did so with ease. This time he crossed the gap on his own. He goes right by Viljoen and Geldenhuys. But I don't think Viljoen and Geldenhuys will let him slip away that easy. Keeping a watchful eye on this local boy that's at the front of the pack. Now a breakaway of three riders, and they're managing to hold that gap. At the moment, about 10 kilometers away from the Berlin turn, the main bunch was splitting up. At one stage, it looked like O'Reilly and Viljoen would go away on their own, leaving Geldenhuys a little bit off the pace. But he would cross the gap again and join up with Viljoen and O'Reilly, and the three of them would ride together from here on, with the rest of the field having to pick up the pieces. The small attacks kept coming from the back of the chasing bunch. Many of the riders attempting flyers to try and get away. It wouldn't stick though. The Office.com Biogen boys chasing them down. And the leaders would just work on that gap as they were now approaching the turn at Berlin. Conrad Viljoen, Donovan O'Reilly and Francois Geldenhuys, the two MMU boys with the local boy Riley, breaking away. The gap at this stage was just on 52 seconds. So the three of them really working well together, managing to keep the chasing bunch way behind them and actually extending the gap. Of course, this is the bunch that contains the leading ladies. Henriette Skuman, there she goes in shot right now, staying at the front of the pack, while Alison Hurtle keeps her inside. Cindy Schultz in this bunch as well. All three of the ladies together in the chasing bunch. This road can be pretty deceiving though. Looks like it's flat, it will roll down for a while, then you hit the climbs again. It keeps rolling with you. Chasing Jean Scholz here as he makes his way to the front of the pack. Scholz riding in the Vets 30 to 39 category. And speeds attained on these downhills close to 52 kilometers per hour. And that's what you can see, the rolling hills. They just keep coming at you over and over on this road. At the turn, the last of the 60k riders now making their turn at the Nahoon River and then heading back towards East London, while our leaders pulling away at the front, being driven here by Donovan O'Reilly. Conrad Viljoen sitting at the back of the pack. He's got the black helmet on. Viljoen knows he just has to watch what O'Reilly's going to do. He's the man that's going to be set up for the win here. They've come together to work for him on the day. And Tanzania lying in the background as the chasing bunch now go by and make their way back to East London. Still about 30 kilometers to go till they hit East London. As East London beckons in the background, and look at this, Geldenhuys being dropped off the leading three. Viljoen applying the pressure at the front. O'Reilly responds and Geldenhuys is off the back. He's done the hard work though. From the beginning it was him attacking for NMMU, setting up Viljoen for a possible win here today. Donovan O'Reilly, the only local rider who's been able to see these attacks through that Viljoen and Geldenhuys have been throwing at them, and again Conrad Viljoen goes. He's now heading to the top of the climb as they make their way to the top of the bridge of Wilsonia here. Viljoen goes, and he's really giving it sticks now. He wants to try and break the chain that O'Reilly's had on him. Looks back. O'Reilly's going to have to pull something very special out of the bag here to catch up to Viljoen. There are a few rolling hills ahead, a few steep little climbs. From there on, it's a long drop down as they make their way on the N2 past the Hemingway's Casino. It'll be on their left-hand side. And look at this, O'Reilly going right by Viljoen as we get to the Hemingway's turnoff on the left-hand side. Now the downhill, and O'Reilly's not taking any chances, but Viljoen pulls him right back. So the two are clear at the front. If they can hold on to this, it could be a sprint to the finish line. Viljoen, of course, a very, very good rider. He had a very good Herald Cycle Tour as well. The two of them eyeing each other out, and Viljoen leads the way. This is the bridge as we go across the Northeast Expressway, and they are still together as they cross the bridge. The Hoon River lying underneath them, and Geldenhuys at this stage about 20 seconds off the pace, while the rest of the field now are coming and making their way down the Hemingway's drop. Long easy drop to the bottom for them. Not a lot of hard work here. You can just give those legs a rest, and then the next little climb just jumps on you as you turn off the N2 and get onto the Northeast Expressway. Conrad Viljoen did manage to pull clear of O'Reilly on the second climb as they go past the off-ramp to Beacon Bay. Conrad Viljoen managing to pull clear as he now going to go past the cricket ground. You can see O'Reilly with the green jersey in the background there, about 200 meters off in the background. Viljoen's team's done the hard work for him today, and he's going to go to the line to claim it. A win it would be for Conrad Viljoen team. NMMU Madiba's best mate taking the win.
Yeah, it was all along it was our tactic to put the guys under pressure from the start of the race, and at least have two guys represented up in the road if there was any move, and it couldn't have worked out better for us.
So as we pick up the action for the ladies coming towards line here, a huge bunch of men leading them out, but you can see Skuman on the right-hand side just managing to take the win.
The tactic from the start was I knew it was going to be quite tough, so I just had to bite the bullet in the first 20 Ks, and it's quite hilly going out, so I knew it's going to hurt at the start, and we were three girls that got away, and the race was actually basically over once the guys hit the hills, and we stuck together till the end, and it was quite a tight bunch finish in the sense that it was quite a few guys, but as it is with sprinting, it's all about positioning and timing, and luckily I got it right today.
Skuman having won this event a multitude of times before, defending her title this year against Alison Hurtle, and a great ride by a local Cindy Schultz as well. Schultz, I'm sure, using this event as a training base for the Triathlon Champs up and coming the weekend after the Dispatch Cycle Tour. So then let's recap the overall finishing positions for the 2015 Daily Dispatch Spar Cycle Tour. A win going to Conrad Viljoen from MMMU, while Henriette Skuman claiming the victory for the ladies. Oh, that concludes all of the action for this year's 2015 Daily Dispatch Spar Cycle Tour. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage.